Thank you and welcome back to the show. We'll bring you another report at the moment. In case you've just joined us, this is Nigeria Watch. We're bringing you headlines of the news and taking a bit of the analysis, giving you an expansive view of what all of these headlines is all about. The inflation rate in Nigeria climbed to a near 17 years high, fueled by bread increment, cereals, and of course transportation costs. The National Bureau of Statistics has said NBS release of the Consumer Price Index CPI, which measures the rate of change in prices of goods and services, showed a surge to about 19.64%. As against in July 2022 from what was 18.60% in the previous month. The rate is the highest recorded since September 2005. I'm being joined now by public affairs analyst on the show. Good evening and welcome, Fidel Onyeneke. It's my pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you also.
The question would be, who will bail the cat?
Honestly speaking, the report we are getting today about the rate of inflation is, I wouldn't say unexpected, because the whole world, all the problems, all the reports we've been getting, both from Bureau of Statistics and other indices, have always pointed to the fact that we have not handled the issue of our inflation. And it is also expected because our leaders, or rather the leadership of the nation, has not put in much effort in ensuring that we control the rate of inflation. I blame the leadership first of all. I also blame the global economic situation in the country, in the world, because I know very well that it is not peculiar to Nigeria, but one had expected the leaders of each of the countries of the world to apply all economic measures to ensure that they take down the rate of inflation. Nigeria has not done much in this direction, and we are witnessing what might be described as the worst since over the years, and it's increasing on a geometrical basis rate almost on a weekly basis. It is not the best. It does not cover well for the economic development of the country. Now we have found ourselves now in a situation where Nigerians can no longer afford staple food. Bread, which is supposed to be the commodity, is now a luxury to get it in Nigeria. And average Nigeria can't even talk of ordinary gari, yam, and other staple food items, which means that hunger will be increased. The skyrocketed rate of hunger can lead to doom, and it has been even worsened by the high rate of insecurity, which has prevented genuine farmers from going to their farms and cultivating agricultural produce as expected.
Chief Fidel Onyeneke, the questions would be, ahead of the 2023 elections, we have politicians who've, perhaps the other time we talked about the manifestos of political parties. What should form the basis of politicking at this time? What should be their manifestos? Who is going to bail the cat? What is the solution going forward? Are we going to wake up one day and find out that we're buying a gallon of fuel for 1,000 naira and nobody's telling us how we're going to get out of this menace?
And let me tell you the truth. Even as politicians are preparing, are warming up, and in fact very eager, and subtly talking to people, persuading people, signifying interest to lead this country, they are not emphasizing much on agriculture and what they will do to stem down the high prices of food items, especially staple foods. And even the petroleum products you talked about, and other essential commodities in this country. Because we have gotten to ourselves in a situation where in the past 10 years, Nigeria cannot boast of prices of any of these items coming down. And we have leaders who have been telling us that they are doing their best, even when their best is not good enough. Now, as we go for the election, we expect the future leaders, those who are planning to lead us, to tell us the magic, to tell us what they will do, because it will require miracle. It will require economic magic to make things turn around.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Chief Fidel Oyeleke, let me also inform you that there are indications that the nation's electricity supply might worsen from Wednesday, as organized labor has directed workers in the power sector to down tools and commence an indefinite strike over the issues of pending labor issues rather, with the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN. Under the aegis of the National Union of Electricity Employees, NOE, as a prelude to the strike, the aggrieved workers are scheduled to picket the Abuja National Headquarters of TCN Tuesday. In a circular by the General Secretary at NOE, Joe Ajero, titled Call for Action, to Senior Special Assistant and, of course, Zonal Organizing Secretaries, dated August 15, 2022, asking them to comply with this directive. So we're going to wake up on Wednesday, perhaps, and find out that there's no electricity. The question now is, we've not even had electricity. We've been talking about issues of the national grid breaking down for the umpteenth time. Only God knows how many times that would be. Now we're talking about total blackout. How do we go into the elections with all of these issues at the back of the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress? There seems to be a losing grip of how the campaigns should be laid. All of this would be distorting their campaigns. Don't you think so?
Now, the truth must be told. If we cast our minds back, you will discover that this is not the first time labor houses and the labor organizations have resorted to strike action. But you also discover that strike action do not yield a certain result. If I am to say, strikes are now obsolete. There is nothing wrong in labor unions and organizations going into negotiation, expressing their grievances and so on, using other methods, but no longer resorting to strikes. Because even when you strike, you are adding some to injury. And who suffers? The masses. That is why the strike is not by the electricity sector, which is supposed to commence on Wednesday, will cause more harm than good. In the first place, we are already in a country where we have a plenty supply of electricity. We are in a country where the national grid has collapsed 2 or 3 times in the past few weeks. And now somebody wants to use strike action to off electricity in the whole part of the country, which means that the ailing economy, or rather the economy that almost did, will be completely buried with the single non-activities of the Nigerian economy. It simply means that Nigerians will now suffer, even the small industrial sectors and so on, will definitely collapse because there will be electricity. And people can't even do minor things in their homes and so on. Apparently, more suffering. But who will suffer more? The masses. Because even the bourgeois and the political leaders and so on that top Nigerians, they can afford electricity. They can afford using their generating state, buy fuel, and power them. How many Nigerians can go to the filling station now, I'm talking of average Nigerians, and procure fuel at these very exorbitant prices to power generating sets and so on? So the masses will continue to suffer. And we are preparing to go into elections. That is why all those who will lead this country, all the political leaders and so on, if they don't think well, strategize, make things work, convince Nigerians that this country will go into elections with the confidence, enjoy the confidence of the people, enjoy the support of the people. Some of these basic things are causing more problems, must be addressed.
Okay.
I am not in support of going on strike on Wednesday because it will good.
Yes, and we have to let you for a second now. We'll be back. In case you're not even aware, Chief Fidel Oyeleke, a termite eat up NSITF document containing expenditures worth 17 billion naira. So we're going to talk about this. I don't know if you've seen the termites around your environment. So we'll talk about this when we come back on the show. Stay with us. This is Nigeria Watch. Thank you and welcome back to the show. We have a report from Premium Times that termites have allegedly eaten up some documents of the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, containing expenditure worth 17.1 billion. Officials of the agency have told the Senate. Without wasting much of your time with the report, let's get to Kevin Waka. This is a very perilous time for our country. Such a humongous amount of money, 17.1 billion, eaten up by termites. I was asking, where do we go get the termites? Hello, Fidel, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
I said you need to go and get the termites. This termite that has eaten so much of our monies.
And that is also an indication that there are scientific ways of frauding the system. A situation where the termite targeted at such a facilities paper is really unfortunate. In the first place, don't please fumigate our offices. What type of the town even knows the papers to attack and the ones not to attack. All this called for serious investigation. Serious, the way we're doing things in some parts of this country, especially as it affects our workforce, as it affects our sensitive position, sensitive offices, and so on. It is unacceptable that we are getting this type of report at this time when the nation is fighting corruption, and it is for the fight against those mantra. And all these things are happening. Accordingly, an indication we have not succeeded. Much has to be done. That is just the truth about it.
And also, the Catholic Church in Nigeria has rejected the apology of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, asking him to embark on a 40-day fast and, of course, resign his position as the Director General, holding a fort for the APC's Muslim ticket.
In the first place, I have said it that our leaders, our politicians, our religious leaders, all our leaders at all levels must guard their authorities, especially considering the situation in this country today, and as we are preparing to go into election. Because what they say is the negative statements and so on. Such statements are capable of dismantling the system, capable of causing loss, capable of causing distrust. But then, the Governor Lalong apologized. And of course, as Christians, since he has apologized, he must be accepted. After all, even God, one we defend God on a daily basis. If God says he will forgive us, and it means that we won't even have any human being existing on earth who has he may have done certain things that followers of the Pope, Christians, is not like. But the situation where he apologizes and they don't want to accept apology, such a situation becomes ungodly. They are not the Pope to tell him whether to go for restitution, whether to go for, what do you call it now? Fasting, and so on and so forth. Punishment must not come from them. Punishment, if it must come, must even be pronounced by the Pope.
They're asking him to embark on 40-day prayer.
Exactly. So are they gods? Are they gods?
Uh-huh.
He was not God. And the Pope has not even asked him to do that. Who we may say that is a model to the Catholic circles.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that since he has apologized, we must, as the Christians, must accept such apology. But let him authorities can never do that.
And just before we go, the governor of Kaduna State is asking Peter Obi's supporters from where would there are 2 million man for a march in Kaduna, and is making a mockery of it with his tweets. And I can read the tweet. It says, in Kaduna, not Kaduna, Twitter, I hope you get 200 persons on the streets, including those importing quotes. So that was a cryptic response by the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai. I'm saying where will the Obi supporters get 2 million, man, to match for Obi? That's where we'll be rounding off the show. And in 60 seconds, what's your take on Fidel Onyene?
That is the type of police we play in Nigeria. Of course, news from every angle. It is very clear that everybody is just being popular. He's joking about the voting. He's also mocking them that it's not possible for them to raise 2 million people. But then for the people, supporters of Obi to prove him wrong, we should now go with more than 2 million people and flood the whole of Kaduna.
Okay.
More than 2 million. The only population of Kaduna is so, but if they can do it, if they have to let them prove the governor wrong by saying they are faithful.
Thank you so much, Chief Fidel Onyene. It's a pleasure having you on the show. As always, have a splendid, rainy Monday night. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Don't allow my to eat anything. Thank you.
I might have a bite on any of the things around us. And just before we go, let's give you a recap of some of the newspaper headlines we're taking a look at. We bring you the first story from The Punch, all the way from Kenya. We got a report that Ruto wins Kenya presidential election, and he's been announced the winner of that election. Congratulations to Ruto on that one. Moving ahead, still with The Punch newspaper. We have this one. Kidnap kingpin Wadume bags 7 years imprisonment. We've told you that report earlier. And from the Vanguard, the people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu lead lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor has slammed President Muhammadu Buhari for negotiating with the Turks while the IPOB separatist languages in the custody of the security agencies. Still from the Vanguard newspaper, blackout looms as electricity workers begin strike Wednesday. There are indications that the nation's electricity supply crisis might worsen from Wednesday as organized labor has directed workers in the power sector to down tools and commence an indefinite strike over pending labor issues with the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN. And from Premium Times, we brought you a report that termite eat up NSITF document containing expenditures worth 17 billion naira. We brought you that report and the analysis. And from a Daily Post, we also brought you a report. Pope resign, embark on 40-day prayer, tell Lalong. And on inflation, we brought you a report that prices rise as Nigeria's inflation reaches 17 high. The inflation rate in Nigeria climbed to a near 17-year high in July, fueled by increases in bread, cereal, gas, and transport costs. The National Bureau of Statistics said on Monday. And finally on the show, El Rufai mocks LB supporters over 2 million march in Kaduna. We brought a report that Kaduna State Governor Nasser El Rufai on Monday gave a cryptic response to a planned 2 million man party presidential candidate Peter Obi in the state. And that's where we'll be wrapping things up on the show. Thank you so much for your time, Fidel Onyene, and of course, Kevin Waka, all of you for your contributions. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Jerry, for touching the buttons and making this happen. And in fact, tell members of staff of the BRTV, TStv. My name is Abasi Odu Idion. You can follow me on your social media space at Apso Baba. Do this again tomorrow, God willing. You know I love you. Good night.
BRTV, yeah, check. BRTV, pip the vision, see right through it. Entertainment's like fluid. Any direction that you pointing, you just gotta let it flow. BRTV here to find you like Merlin finding Nemo. We steady drip like licking pipes. Go against the normal type, defy. odds, yo. Instead the cause, too claustrophobic, so content not the box. No limits and no confines. Much a regular show, no reaping, no muddy car. What finds you? What finds your taste and style? Like connoisseurs, you go well with good taste and style. Keep you glued to your seat. We'll take you way above clouds like shooting stars and comments. We here to take your comments. Full expression, entertainment, talking art. Vanguard, D'Angelo, the avant-garde. Taste maker, BRTV, paved the way for other stations, yo.